So where'd you end up going?
I
started
went
here.
to South Carolina. Oh yeah, I went to I went to the Bahamas a bunch, like 11 times.
Right, but just let's map it out though. You started here. You flew to.
I don't even remember. To be honest with you, it'd be hard to map it out. But I left from here, went to Grand Turk, and the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Nassau, Princess Cays, and then came back to New York for 4 hours.
Hey, I got the text.
Yeah, got my phone, got my bank card, went to Dominican Republic, a few spots out there, and flew out from DR.
Right, so you sailed back to New York.
Yeah.
And then sailed back to the
To
DR.
DR,
Wow.
yeah.
It's like Christopher Columbus.
Then the lady was confused at the immigration lady. She's like, "Why are your books stamped already?" I'm like, "Cause I was in DR 3 days ago." She's like,
Wow.
"Wait, what? Why were you in DR 3 days ago?"
They must think you're a drug dealer or something.
They see all those stamps. No, because it's all carnival people too, though.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, regular people don't you don't go to DR like every week.
Yeah. No, I know, but you'd be surprised. The cruise shipping's such a big business. I didn't realize either.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that it's always constantly full of all the different people from cruise ships and stuff like that. It's like you'll go through, you'll see Norwegian, you'll see all the workers.
Wow.
I can't imagine the amount of travel when you add up all the ships, like every cruise line.
Uh-huh.
You think about every worker, every guest. I'm telling you, dude, that's a lot more than you think. A lot of people cruise.
Uh-huh. I mean,
Always.
It's just constant. Yeah.
It's nonstop.
Yeah, it's just moving. If you try to map all the cities in the world, it's like half of them are moving. Because it's like,
I used to hate the fact that with the comedy, it was all different kinds of people from all over the world, even sometimes. And because, you have people even from all over the U.S. Some viewpoints are different. Some people are different.
Yeah.
I used to hate that. Like, man, this isn't comedy. But I'm telling you, the more and more it's adjusted my writing, you really learn about different people, like different areas. Like, there's something to be said about it. I got to be honest. Because there's different audiences. Like, man, if you do like a Houston audience versus like a San Fran audience or Houston to Miami, they're different groups of people.
Yeah, and I mean,
Utah's different.
These aren't, college educated people. So it's like it's different degrees of high school. Some people got their GED at this place. Some people got their GED over here, but nobody's getting over the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very few lawyers on this ship. I noticed that. A lot of heating and cooling guys.
Not a lot of reading.
Yeah. No, heating and cooling.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
Yeah, think about it. What's the weather like in the summer? Hot. In the winter, cold.
Yeah, it's people who ask you how much money you make and then tell you how much you could make.
You meet these people in heating and cooling from Miami. It's like, drop the heating, dude. It's hot enough. I'm an air conditioning guy.
Right. But I mean, you could do it if you needed
to. Or jacuzzi guys. Those guys are cocky. What do you mean, what do? I sell jacuzzis. It's like, all right, man, forgive me.
HVAC, though, that's one of those skills where, you're always working in the worst possible conditions.
Yeah.
Because you're always working in a place with no AC.
And
then you spend all day fixing the AC, and then finally it works, and now you got to leave.
Damn.
So it's like you never even get to, enjoy the spoils of your labor.
That's why they're always sitting in the van with the air on, not doing shit.
That's why they're always asking how much money you make.
Yeah.
Trying to get you to, work for them.
Yeah.
You just got to be my apprentice.
No, that's how those satellite installers are.
Dude,
one time, man, we knew a dude. He was coming to our house doing the satellite, and he recruited my neighbor.
Wow. Like DirecTV?
Yeah, neighbor started doing satellites. He's like, dude, all you got to do is sell the package.
You can tell somebody has a job that's not that good if they're trying to tell you should do the job.
Oh, yeah.
There's no lawyer or something who's telling you no, you got to go to law school for 8 years. Right. There's no banker. No one works at Goldman Sachs. Man, you should become a financial analyst.
I always find it funny though how with what we do in comedy, people will tell you they could watch you have a great set and they're gonna come up to you knowing they never even did comedy one day in their life. They'll tell you how to do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not this isn't like being a doctor or something. They could do it.
Well, yeah, it's easier to sign up, but I bet you they still tell doctors what to do.
Yeah, but they could, but it's like
they're
this
probably
also
telling the doctor, "Hey, doc, cut right here."
Yeah, comedy is also you can't end up doing it for free a lot too. But yeah, I get what you mean. People, the thing with HVAC though is that that whole industry works because you get a new guy. and the new guy, you own the van, you own all the equipment,
Right.
and you just get a new guy to just all you gotta do is sit in the van.
Right.
The goal is to be the guy who sits in the van.
Have him do everything.
Yeah.
Real training day type shit.
Yeah.
You get wet.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm gonna go to the store, get some sandwiches.
Yep.
You go in there and
Oh.
fix some shit.
Dude, I had a boss. I call him the 7-Eleven boss. He didn't give a, and he'd ask you, "What do you want for lunch?" You'd say, "Oh man, can you get me? Let's do Chinese." All right. He came back with 7-Eleven every time. The line was too long. It's
Yeah,
like,
and it comes time to get paid. It's like
7-Eleven
your
card.
check is short $10. It's like, yeah, man, that 7-Eleven wasn't free.
dude, comes time to get paid. He's calling off that day. Yo, Mike.
All right. You want some Chinese next
Yeah,
week?
he's not answering. Yeah, man, I got fucked up on crack.
Yeah. But I guess that is why, I mean, like, those are the guys you got to end up taking a cruise just to decompress.
Man, and construction workers. I mean, I was talking to a construction worker, and, I did a little bit of that. I was more of a laborer. I don't know nothing about it. But, dude, it's hard work. It's honestly harder for the labor. I remember being like, man, this dude over here, I got to wheelbarrow concrete all day because this guy knows how to use a tape measure. Like, everyone dude just measuring shit all day. It's like, come on, dude, you're milking the fuck out of this job.
Yeah, but if you had to switch with them, you wouldn't know what the fuck
Yeah,
he was
can't
doing.
do math. Yeah.
Well, he's like an engineer.
It's like, what were you measuring anyway? You're right. He was writing shit down.
Well, it's like, if somebody gave you like the blueprints to the building, it's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like an IKEA shelf or something.
Yeah, dude. So, I had to bust ass for that job. And that shit, I did a little bit of it. Now, I did it when I was young in my youth. I couldn't imagine. You meet these guys on these ships that are 40. You shake their hand, it feels like hurt and pain. And they just want to they're just raising their kids. They got one direct thing, and it's get that job done, get the paycheck on Friday,
Yep.
feed my family.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen it. He's like, bro, I'm just happy not to be working. I was talking to him.
Wow.
Construction worker, 4 kids. They're running around, banging their head on the table.
Man, that must you gotta think that must feel so good to go on vacation for that guy.
I don't know.
Just
He
laying
looks
down in a
stressed.
regular bed. Well, no, compared to work.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, that guy needs an actual vacation.
We used to be so tired, dude. We'd sneak and go sleep behind bushes doing landscaping.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you'd be you're getting in the sometimes you wake up at 3:30 in the morning,
oh my God.
and then you're getting to the job, dude. You're not finishing. It'd be 8:00 at night. You do that 6-7 days a week. The job keeps getting them bids. The boss is like, "Come on, it's just a Sunday." It's like, yeah, it's just one only day off.
Yeah, there's no bathroom.
I had a boss one time tell me, he's like, "No, we can't give you gloves, man. You got to bring your own." I'm like, "Dude, I didn't know I was doing this. Can I please have?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Can I leave and get some gloves?"
Wow.
And it's like, then you cut your hands up. Then you're like, "Yeah, dude, can't come in tomorrow. I'm bleeding." It's the cocky bosses that don't work. I'll bust ass for a boss that's just somewhat fair. You got those bosses, hey, man, just thanks for doing this for me.
Well, I mean, that's why they're always trying to get somebody who really needs the money.
Yeah,
They're trying to get some immigrant guy who's like, nah, I just walked here from,
Yep.
Argentina or something. It's
You're
like,
right.
I'll do whatever.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll work with no shoes on.
And they do get those guys, and they work them.
So you were you went from here to DR, and then they flew you back to South Carolina?
Yeah, and the difference between, I was pretty much living on a ship, I mean, other than the day or two in the airport.
What, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks on the ocean. I mean, I had a couple of days here and there between airports, flights getting canceled, but, you're on a ship. Man, I don't know why my nose is itching. But you're on a ship, and a ship is really, pretty much, it's perfectly a safe place. It's a safe I mean, there's security, there's cameras. You don't ever have to worry about shit almost guarantee you
crime
you're not getting any crime on a ship. There's no crime.
Well, you might get into a fight or something.
I mean, you'd have to almost bring that on yourself.
No one's going to steal from you. Yeah.
It's not like New York to where you can get in a fight and not have any idea why in New York. You can get robbed. You can get jumped in New York.
Yeah.
So, dude, 21 days at sea, and I've been at sea a lot. Even before that, I was only a week, and I was in Ohio where it's safe. Honestly, if you really weigh it out for the past 2 months, I've just been living in a safe blanket. And I just came back to New York. Dude, it's so much more noticeable. You got to be on your toes in New York, dude. Crime out here is for real. There's shit going on. It's crazy. Like, for instance, I got followed, man. I was on the phone with my dad, too. And I didn't even expect it. I'm so used to being on the ship and things being cool. But now I'm back in the city. But dude followed me for hours, bro.
Wow.
A couple hours. So I leave I just land, and I had to walk around, man. I had a long flight. I'm at the airport. I'm traveling for like 18 hours. I just had to unwind. So it's like 1 in the morning, Times Square, over by where I live at. I'm like, man, let me get some chips, a soda. Let me walk around, talk to the family. The internet didn't work on the ship. So I'm talking to my dad. I'm catching up with my brother. We're on the phone for like an hour. When I first step out of the house, though, I get recognized. Boom, pictures. Get recognized about 20 blocks later. And I noticed the second time I got recognized, there was one dude with this group that I thought was with the last group. So that just stuck out to me, and I'm like, okay. And I walk, I get chips, I stop and sit down for a minute. I'm bullshitting with family. I look at the phone, about 45 minutes goes by. I look right to my left, the dude's as close as me and you. Real recognizable dude just looking at me. I'm like, hold on. So I start walking, I stop, and then he walks down a little. I'm telling my dad, I'm like, I think I'm being followed. I was like, let me see. And I thought I lost him. I'm thinking, oh, I'm just crazy. It's New York. We could have been going the same places. I walk all the way from 10th Avenue to 6th Avenue by Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yeah.
I'm just moving around. And I was going to go get that halal over there. That real good halal? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just tweaking. So I go in a deli. I couldn't find the halal, actually. And I go in a deli. Order a sandwich. I'm waiting outside. I eat it. I'm like, okay, cool. The dude's gone. Dude, I start walking, and I turn and stop, and he's about 30 feet behind me, peeks behind a building. I'm like, oh, this dude's definitely following me, because now it's been like 2 hours. So then I was like, all right, and I'm watching him, and I walk across the street. I walk back across, and then I walk down. I got this dude doing circles, and I walk right up to him. I go, hey, man, are you following me? He goes, no. So then I go tell a cop in Times Square. I'm like, hey, there's this dude 2 blocks away. Cop don't give a shit, Yeah. Cop's like, do you got everything? You seem okay. I'm like, I'm just letting you know there's a dude following me for 2.5 hours. Something about that ain't right. I'm telling y'all, be careful. You don't know, because it takes a lot. Like, what was he trying to do? Learn my every movement? Why would you follow somebody that long?
He probably just thought you were famous or something.
But what do you think was
somebody
the
from Instagram or something?
But he was clearly... He was struggling. He was like,
But I mean, he probably saw a bunch of people come up to you and take pictures with you.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely saw that.
And just thought, this must be a famous guy, so I want to see what he's doing. This is what people do.
Really?
Imagine if you were actually like LeBron James famous. People just want to watch you eat a sandwich.
Huh.
They're just following.
I wonder if that's what it was.
It's not like this guy was trying to stalk you. He didn't try to like jump you or something.
No, he didn't try to make a move on me at all.
He didn't do anything.
I thought maybe he was learning my routine to cut me up in like 2 weeks.
Why what routine? You're going in circles.
Huh.
No, he's just like a weirdo. This is how people treat famous people.
He could have been a fan. I was
not even like he could have. Well, he definitely could have been a fan. He also could have been like, if you're out somewhere and you see a bunch of people get excited to meet somebody, you want to see like, this must be somebody.
Wow. I got freaked out.
People don't have shit to do.
I couldn't even go to bed.
You talk to the cops. It's like, well, the cops are going to arrest somebody for walking around. It's not like it's illegal to follow somebody.
Yeah, I guess you're right. In my head, I was like, all right, I'm going to get killed any second.
No, it's not like this could happen I'm sure this happens on like a ship.
I asked a girl.
If it's like a hot girl on a ship, you think there's not some dude following her around?
I was just going to say, I asked a girl about it. She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, generally just go in a place for a while and try to walk out with people. I'm like, but you're that used to being followed? It's crazy. Guys, don't follow girls.
You think that doesn't happen? If it's a hot girl, there's not some dude who's trying
nowadays with the phones, you think they'd get you.
Get you what?
They'd be like, hey, look at this creep following me.
That guy doesn't care. He's following somebody. He's not like, this isn't like he's trying to sneak.
Yeah.
Clearly, this guy's not even trying to sneak around. This is just how people operate.
Well, he was flying under the radar. He was like behind a building, peeking. I started watching him.
But not by that. He's not like the CIA. He is. You did clock him.
Oh, yeah, I did catch him.
You clocked him pretty easy.
Yeah,
so
he had flip-flops on.
He's not
you just hear it.
Yeah, exactly. But he's not trying to like, didn't have like a map or something. This is just like what weirdos do.
Yeah.
That must happen all the time in Manhattan. You see some hot girl, and it's just like there's just people everywhere.
Yeah, I guess in some people even like you can tell if they're broke.
This happens in New York because there's people everywhere. Doesn't happen because the city's dangerous.
It's like he made me his own reality show. I didn't look like I had money. I was thinking, why would he rob me? I'm in TJ Maxx clothes. Like I'm wearing Perry Ellis and you gonna rob a dude in a Perry Ellis shirt? Like,
if you were gonna rob somebody, you wouldn't follow them for 2 hours.
Well, unless you're a smart robber.
No, that's a very dumb way to rob somebody because you clocked him immediately.
Right.
So it's like if he was gonna rob you, he would have just ran up on you.
Yeah,
It's like
shank
you're
you.
in Midtown Manhattan. He's not gonna like this. That's not a good place to actually strong arm rob somebody.
But if you learn somebody's every move, you can get ahead of the game.
What every move?
Like,
He
you
went
know,
and
so
got a
you watch them
sandwich
for a
and
couple weeks, the same deli, waking up around the same time. You learn their schedule.
Yeah, I mean that's a stalker. If you wait outside someone's apartment, you can see where their apartment is. Or something.
If I didn't catch him, he would have known where I lived at. And he might. You never know. It happened right by my house.
Yeah, this happens. You're in a big city.
Imagine if I got the level of
You're
famous
going
to
on
where-
Instagram Live
in
for
my
hours
neighborhood.
with hundreds of people watching you. It's like they can clock where you are.
Yeah,
This isn't like you're not being secretive about it. It's not like you're like trying to live a private life.
right.
The whole point of all this shit is to get attention.
Yeah, I want people to come out my steps like Rocky too. Remember they were all waiting for him?
Yeah, right.
You think I'll ever have a video that good?
I don't even think that's not the kind of attention you want at that point.
People hanging
If
out.
it's like Taylor Swift or
we
something.
going a long
If
run
you go
together.
downtown Tribeca, people park outside Taylor Swift's apartment, just like live there.
People post videos of Jada Kiss on a city bike in New York.
Yeah. That's the game. It
Yeah.
comes with the territory.
I can't wait.
Plus,
till
it's like, I mean, look, you'll know you're famous when that dude tries to fight you. When you come out of your apartment and some kid, like, you know, who's trying to prank you and tries to run up
Right.
on you. And then you really got to test your mettle.
yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I even get worried about getting pranked in general in public. I'm traumatized from that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on airplanes. I don't fall asleep with my head by the thing. I don't want them to burn it with a lighter. People play too much. They think there's no consequences.
I mean, that's the game you're in. That's the content game. Every second you're outside in public, it's like you never know.
Yeah, I get recorded. I told you that. Random people record me and they'll send it to me.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I spotted you in the wild.
Well, those are only the ones that are that you see.
Yeah.
There's not but there's probably like, you know, thousands that are just like, you know, on Snapchat stories or something.
I can see how certain people, like, you know how, like, in actors, like, I don't know how it is now, but when we were growing up, like, if an actor had a big movie, they were really famous for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, they're trying to chase that hit and stay on top. I can see because I get recognized in New York, but when I go on the ships, it's very rare. I don't get recognized in DR or like in the
Right.
Bahamas or
Mhm.
even on the cruise ships, maybe one or two if I'm lucky out of like 10,000 people, like two
Yep.
different ships. But when I get back to New York, it's like all the time. And dude, it's easy to be like, oh, I need that adrenaline. People taking
Right.
pictures.
Mhm.
It just makes me feel good. You know, I start getting down when I lose that. Like when
Right.
I'm in DR, I feel like
You're
I'm
nobody.
unsuccessful. I'm a nobody.
Yeah.
I'm just some bum from the neighborhood.
Uh-huh. That's why you got to learn how to play baseball.
Yeah.
That's how you get the respect.
Yeah, dude, you ain't lying. I should learn how to play as much as I'm
Throw
there.
a nice fastball while you're down there. Learn a couple things.
Yeah, when is the next big game?
Learn from the locals.
Is there any baseball games going on?
Yeah, there's always baseball going on.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you start wearing a Yankees hat and you really get some, you know, get a nice tan going. Yeah, you tell
I gotta
somebody
get
you're
my haircut,
tell
but
somebody you're a scout.
I can't do it around the baseball game. It's
Imagine that would be like the ultimate, like how exciting would that be if you went down to DR and you told them you were a scout for the Yankees?
Oh, dude, it would be insane.
You want to get famous. That's what it's like. Or it's like, no, who can throw a fastball in this town? And just like imagine every taxi driver just they slam their brakes
Bro,
and hop out
they
and start.
would.
Yeah.
Everybody would.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like, you know how, like, in New York, it's crazy at first. You think, man, why is there, like, a pharmacy across the street from a pharmacy?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Dude, it's like that with baseball fields in DR.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
like, and they're always full.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, that's how they know where the money's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they all play. I'm telling you right now, there's no.
Like a stick ball on the street.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Real they treat that shit for real.
Uh,
Dude, they're out there in uniforms.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really cleats, the fucking ball.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, that's how you really get a winner right there. That's how you get Sammy Sosa.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got big pictures as soon as you pull up. Sidney Poitier and Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, Big Papi.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the best culture to be in if you're like really like you want to become a hero. Where you come up from a kind of a poor nation and
Yeah.
you really become like you go to the US and you become a star and then you come home.
Yep.
And you're a god forever.
Yeah.
And most other sports in America, it's like I mean, most towns kind of have they've had a few winners over the years.
Yeah.
Your town, the boxer.
Dude, we got a few. Harry Aurora, Boom Boom Mancini, Kelly
But I mean, that's the
Pavlik.
thing, is that most regular people outside of that area don't know who Kelly Pavlik is. They're not following boxing from 20 years ago.
Right. Well, a lot of people do know Kelly, though. I got to admit.
But I mean,
and Boom Boom and Harry. I mean, they're known.
Young people coming up now, though. But it's not like you go to DR and you see Sammy Sosa.
Totally different.
Yeah, that's like Abe Lincoln.
Dude, people are going there and lighting candles on his birthday.
He's like a saint.
Yeah.
Where it's like, imagine
he
he walks up, he's got to kiss babies or something when he shows up.
Yeah, no, they're not doing that for our boxers in Youngstown. But I was surprised how many people do know Youngstown from boxing.
Yeah.
It is a well-known. People know some of that stuff.
Yeah. So you went DR back to Turks.
Yeah.
And then now you're about to go back out in a few weeks, right?
Yeah, came home, had a date, man, dude. I'll tell you what, sometimes I have these dates with these girls on Instagram or whatever. So I go, hey, let's go out for a drink. She goes, okay, we're at a hotel bar. I show up. They're just at a hotel. Dude, I'm like, okay, what floor is it on? The bar's empty. She's like, come to floor 4. I'm in the hallway. I'm like, I start messaging her. I go, listen, are you going to take my kidneys? That's my go-to. I always think something like that's going to happen. And
Wait,
she goes,
so you thought you were meeting at the hotel bar?
Yeah, and we're meeting at a hotel room.
At the hotel room? Oh, okay.
No, I feel like she knew what she was doing. I walk in, she's got the hotel room set up like a bar, got music going, got a couple of different things of alcohol. She's over there partying, got the little lights, got her friend over there dancing. It's just me, her, and 2 of her friends in an empty hotel room. Not even a chair. I'm like, where's the chair? And either way, we're there, we're drinking, we're partying, and she keeps saying she's hungry. Dude, this girl... She tells me a 4-hour story with no ending. Hammered drunk. Keeps going to the bathroom and doing blow. I hear her. She's all coming out, wiping her nose. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to leave. She goes, no, why? You're not vibing. Flirting with me just enough to keep me. And then she goes, let's order food. And by this point, I'm hungry, dude. I've been there hours. She has told me a crazy long story where I couldn't get a word in. Hours. Huh. So she goes, let's order food on Grubhub. She goes, all right, throw down. I told her, I was like, I got cash because I'm not about to order it on my Grubhub. I went down that lane before.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'll throw cash. She's like, well, you got to put in for the burger I was ordering was like $18. She's gassing this burger up. And then she's like, I'm not getting nothing. I'm good. Then her girlfriend ordered something on Grubhub. Then they said I got to leave as soon as I gave them the cash. Dude, $30. She's like, hold on, I'm going to get change. I'm like, all right. And she goes down. She's like, just chill here. And I'm in the apartment for a little bit, and they leave. And I'm just like, wow, I could have just went with them. She's like, we got to talk about, me and my girl got to talk about something. Now I'm just sitting in an empty apartment. And then either way, they come back, and she's like, yeah, sorry, we got a girl connect. We got to talk. You got to go. And I'm like, well, I need the $30. And she's like, oh, we bought wraps and Rolos and sodas. She's like, we canceled the food. I'm just like.
So you didn't get the burger?
No.
Wow.
And they took my money,
that's
$30.
That's the most fucked up part of the story.
And didn't get my change either.
Wow.
And waited damn there 40 minutes. The burger was almost there. I thought she kept saying, I knew something was up. She kept changing the time. She's like, it's going to be here in like 25 to 19 to 25 minutes. Like, she just had weird vocabulary. She was just getting more drunk and getting more ghetto. She's all like, oh, then she starts telling me, yeah, my ex, he's crazy, though. That's why I left New York. He got a key to the room, but he told me, he called Marcus up. He said, you're getting clipped. And I don't know if he's going to clip him or not, but I'm like, yo, you can't shoot him over that. And I'm just like waiting on this fucking burger. Like, dude, what did I get myself into? Wow. On Instagram, she seems completely normal. Pictures of her in front of mansions. Huh. She's asking me for money. She's like, dudes buy me houses. You ain't feeling to buy me a house right now? I'm just like, what? We met for a drink.
So you think this was like the long play? She just wanted to keep you around for 4 hours to hustle you for $30?
I don't know I think she wanted free food out of the deal.
Nah, she got $30 after 4 hours. That's not like if this girl is actually like.
What do you think she wanted? Maybe I blew it?
I think you guys just had different ideas of what was about to happen.
Well, what do you think her idea was?
I don't know. She's bringing you into a hotel room. I thought she probably thought you were going to hook up with her and her friend.
I was trying.
No, but I think she just didn't. You just didn't really close the deal because it's
You
not
think
like
that's what
there's
it
no
was?
way this girl would have brought somebody into a hotel room. She would have tried to get the money up front, not talk
So
to
you
you.
think she just wanted to? Because I didn't really come out too forward, but
I think that's what it is. You walk in, you're asking like, "Where's the chair to sit in?" It's like, no, we're in a hotel room. It's not.
huh.
That's kind of a girl. I mean, it's weird. Think about a date where a girl says, "No, let's not go to meet in public.
Right.
Let's go straight to my hotel."
And she kept saying how her and her friend are gay.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she.
What
thought,
should I have did? Dude, you're right. I'm scared to
no,
pull
I mean,
the trigger.
It was weird. I think obviously your vibe just wasn't. You didn't really like. You weren't feeling it.
Yeah, well, she told a 3-hour story without letting me get one word in.
But I mean, that's just like she's probably nervous, and people in those situations, they're always trying to fill the air.
Wow.
It's like awkward. So it's like you always gotta. Some girls just always want to keep talking. Here's the thing, though, is maybe you're probably better off not actually messing with this girl.
Yeah, you're
She's
right.
got crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
What you should have done, in retrospect, was just leave after like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Well, I tried to leave, and then she got down all on the bed and started twerking. She's like, "You don't like the vibe?"
Yeah, but that's when you just leave because it's not like that was. I mean, clearly this wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wait for 4 hours, and even if you did get the hamburger, it's not like this wouldn't have been like a great story. Man, you wouldn't believe the hamburger I got. Took a while. Yeah, it was kind of a long road to get there.
I'm
but
scared to pull the trigger. Some guys can
no,
do
it's
it.
not even scared, but it's like this is just your own like intel. You weren't
Yeah.
like that's a situation where like that should have been the end of the night when you were fucking hammered
Yeah.
and your inhibitions and you're getting wild. But it's like no, you walked in dead sober, right?
Yeah, and she was talking about getting clipped.
Yeah. So it's like the vibe. I think ideally you end up if you would have been drinking with the girl and the bar and you both got super drunk, then you end up in the hotel room. Then
Yeah.
it would have been more of a logical progression. But if you just walk into some stranger's hotel room and yeah.
I was replaying my steps. I should have walked in like Travolta from Pulp Fiction. Remember, he was always strung out on heroin. That always works when you walk in around some girls and you're just like Travolta from. Yeah, well,
It's like you pre-gamed at that point.
Yeah.
The party's already
yeah,
started.
that dude shot dope.
But you didn't show you can't show up sober.
I should have
anytime you're
gassed up too.
Anytime you're sober or around drunk people, it's like the vibe is you're not on the same level. So they're on like.
Yeah, and they were fucked up. And she kept saying, "I don't know why my girl." She's like, "My girl's acting all extra." You know what? Actually, I think really threw the vibe off, dude. I'll tell you, I forgot about this. So we're there. So her friend spilled a little bit of wine on her shirt, and this other girl went ballistic. And I even asked her, I was like, "Wait, did she borrow your shirt?" She's like, "No, but I care about fashion and shit." Like
Wow.
she was so mad, she was shaking and screaming. And then she opened up the doorway and started screaming at some other dude in the hallway. She's like, "This motherfucker know what I'm talking about." He's like,
This
"Excuse
is a
me?"
hotel room or is this an
Yeah, in
apartment?
Queens, though.
Oh, so it was like a.
Yeah, went all the way out to Astoria.
Oh, so it's not like a hotel. Then. This is like a long stay.
No, it was a hotel. It was a weird setup, but it was in Queens, and it was a hotel. It was a straight-on hotel.
Huh.
Like multiple rooms, bathrooms, one bed, small little rooms, but
I
probably
mean,
a cheap
like
hotel.
it is Queens, so it's like
It's a 4-star
This is
hotel.
a hotel for like.
4-star ratings, I mean.
I don't think
Yeah,
they have
that
4-star hotel rooms in Astoria.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
I
the
think
ratings
it's just like
were 4-star.
that's for like
Yo.
locals. It isn't for like somebody who's like. It's not like Swedish tourists are staying in Astoria.
Right. I was
Yeah.
thinking that
Because
too. I'm
they
like,
got
how
'em
much
too. If
business could they
There's
get
like hotels in this neighborhood. If you go like way out,
when you're
there's
hurting?
like one by like the highway.
She asked me if I'd pay for her hotel bill.
Wow.
Yep. She was like, "I'm just going through some shit."
You know how to pick them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that is kind of the clientele that you're like, you got to
Huh.
find a way to get around some like less trashy people.
Yeah. It's
You're getting
hard.
too used to being on the cruise ships. Like I'm saying, you're around a certain clientele of people
Yeah.
where it's like, this isn't everybody. You're only seeing when you're in your head, you're thinking like, oh, this is the diversity of America as I'm seeing all these different types of people. But you're really not
You're right.
because you are on cruise ships. So it's like, it's a self-selecting group.
That is a certain individual.
Yeah, you're not.
That's
This isn't. You're not hanging around MIT.
I'll tell you what, though, it's a good group to get to know.
Any group of people is a good group of people to get to know.
It's a different.
Yeah. I mean, it is different. It's even in New York City. You're not hanging around the intellectual elites.
I would like to get around those shows just for practice with the tech people and a network. You
Not
make
even
some
shows,
good friends
but
with
just
tech
meeting people. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could be like Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, or even I'm their token guy to make them laugh. We all go out for drinks together. They wear suits and stuff.
Yeah, right. You wash their car.
Yeah. I'll just tell them. I'll be like, hey, yeah, they'll wear their suits.
Yeah. But I mean, the problem is that I think once you get in the mix too much with like trashy people, then I think you can forget that there are good people out there
And for
who
me,
aren't gonna hit you up for money.
I am who I hang out with.
Yeah, it's everybody.
I hang out with a certain individuals, 4 or 5. I start being like them a little.
Yeah, you hang around these cruisers for too long, you're gonna end up cruising.
Even my comedy act will develop when I'm writing. It's like what works for the ships. All this.
Yeah, what's an uneducated person want to hear about right now? Yeah. If I was a drunk plumber from Nevada, what would I want to talk about?
Because he needed his pipes. Hey, all right.
This guy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you're going, you're in town for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're going back out? Where are they sending you?
Same places, same exact ship actually. South Carolina, DR, delayed flight.
Wow.
Probably already delayed.
Where are you going to Europe?
Yeah, I go after that.
And then you go into what? Greece or something?
Yeah, I'm going to Greece, I think Athens, and Italy, and a few other places. Oh, Colombia at some point.
That's not bad.
Yeah, get to check out some shit.
I feel like it must be like a classier group that goes to Europe as opposed to coming to like Puerto
yeah,
Rico
it
or
is.
something, right?
Slightly older.
Yeah. Well, it's
The
people,
tickets more.
people who want to take pictures and
Yeah, they want to really experience some life. I mean, honestly, the vacation to the beach is so overrated, dude. If anybody, I talk to people, they're like, where should I go? It's always the same places. Miami, Cozumel, the Bahamas. No, those are the last places. It's like you should definitely go to Europe. If you're going on a vacation,
well, I
go
mean,
to
like,
the Mediterranean. Go somewhere cool.
no, you got to think these guys are plumbers. They work with their hands all day long. Their lower back's in pain constantly. They're
Yeah.
on pills.
They don't
like-
want to be cutting fish.
No, they don't want to be walking up 10,000 steps in Greece.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
how it is in Rome. It's all these
Yeah,
fucking
that's
steps
true.
everywhere. They're not trying to do manual labor on their day off. They get 1 week of vacation a year. They want to lay down on a beach and get drunk.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah, this is what the common man does.
Yeah.
This guy has to, like, when you really got to do hard labor all the time, it's like you get a vacation. You don't want to do all this cultural shit, walk around a museum.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's just something to be said about it. But yeah, I mean, it is a lot of walking. You can't deny that. But to me, even like a beach in the Mediterranean would be better than the Bahamas. Like, I could go chill on a beach somewhere, but I don't want to be like, maybe it's because I'm there all the time. I feel
Yeah.
bad for people that go to the Bahamas.
Well, it's because you're not supposed to go all the time.
Right, you go once.
You go once a year.
Wow, this is some blue water.
Yeah, you got to think they're coming from Wisconsin.
My first time in the Bahamas, I actually was like, man, this got to be what heaven's like.
Yeah, it's all look pretty looking, and things are cheap. But it's like you gotta think too, especially when you're going during the winter. People are coming from like Chicago weather. It's fucking freezing.
New
And
York
then they
weather.
go down to the DR, and it's like, all right, this is kind of nice.
Yeah,
I can at least wear shorts.
eat some empanadas.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm going to DR about 14 more times this year. I'll be in the Bahamas, I think, 38 times.
It's crazy. I still don't know exactly what the Bahamas are.
I got to get a new passport.
Uh,
It's just blue water, really.
but I mean, like the location-wise, the DR is
it's all
Puerto
mixed in
Rico.
there. Right. It's all the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You Cuba,
Once you get past Florida.
even Haiti, DR, all that little down there.
Mm.
You go down Jamaica. It's all pretty the same. The coconuts are slightly different. When's the last time you craved a coconut?
I've been drinking coconut water and stuff.
It's just not the same.
I don't like the actual when they get they crack the coconut and they drink it. I don't like
I
that.
do.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
getting
like,
it.
it isn't like it's too much. It's too much work for too little output.
Where in your neighborhood they have that somewhere? Where do they do that? I've seen the
They
coconuts.
do it at like the Mexican deli.
Can we
bodega
go in
place.
there after the pod?
We can look for it. I've seen it around before.
I've seen it in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, like it's all those also those the Mexican juice shops.
I bet you the people across the street will bust one. You know the dude with the good mangoes.
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like it's similar to eating seafood or like crawfish where it's like you gotta
Crawfish is such a waste.
do all this fucking work for like I'm still hungry.
I've been eating a lot of crawfish. I don't know why I've been craving. It's on the ships, but it is a lot of work.
If they ever just gave you the crawfish as like the actual meat, it would be like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the joy is getting it out, like crabs, you know?
I hate it.
I like to see a girl crack open that, you know, she starts busting crab legs all day. You know, you're taking the date to another level at that point. She's she's past the little, okay, I'm normal. It's a lot.
I hate when you're done with and it's just like a table full of shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
yeah, look at what you've done.
Well, it's just, it never comes off clean.
Right.
Yeah, you get a couple of them. If you get lucky, you can crack it real quick. But
yeah.
Usually it's a lot of like eating a hard-boiled egg where you're peeling stuff off.
And when you get lucky and you're with a girl, she's like, "Ooh, can I have that one?"
Yeah.
You get a good meaty one, size of a middle finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, I do like that though. We should go get some crab legs together, man.
I'm not doing it. They got him at that bullshit buffet over there, but it's like
you want to go over there?
It's not good.
I ain't doing it.
It's the kind of place where it's like people go there just for like the snow crab or whatever. So they just wait by the buffet for the guy to come in and dump them in.
More snow crab.
Yeah.
Yep. And, well, what you guys got to say about that?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe the podcast is getting shorter and shorter every week.
Should we make
maybe
it longer?
that is like this is kind of how it ends though. It's like eventually we just go from 1 hour to 35 minutes, 30 minutes. If we get play a little loose, we get down to 25.
Yeah.
And eventually it's like, no, we're in and out in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This is like an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
We're in, we're out. Boom.
Done deal.
Yeah. No commercials. It's like watching, Seinfeld on Netflix.
People have been saying they want the longer ones though.
People want a lot of things.
Yeah.
I want a lot of things too.